Meet the 2012-2013 Richland 2 Teachers of the Year.
I don't know if you can see.
I don't know if you can see.
We are the best class ever.
First, our outstanding District Teacher of the Year, Terry Butts from Bridge Creek Elementary.
My son said to me, Mom, if you give your children half the love and attention that, I know I almost cried, half the love and attention that you gave to me, he says, they're going to do wonders. And that's what I have. I have such a passion for these babies that my husband says, this is not a profession, this is not a job, this is your life. I wake up a teacher, I go to bed as a teacher, I dream as a teacher.
Terry Butts came to Richland 2 years ago after serving as a curriculum coach and wanted to return to the classroom.
What better place to do that than to come to Richland 2? I knew about the professionalism, I knew about the professional development, the level of technology, collegiality and community building that we have here, and I know I've made the right decision.
Who is ready to learn today?
We are ready to learn today.
She gets rave reviews from administrators to students.
Ms. Butts is not a teacher that teaches from a textbook. She actually teaches from the heart.
I think she's the best teacher in the world. She's the best teacher I ever had.
We have 4 honor roll teachers, and here they are. Ginger Belka grew up in Richland 2 and has taught 26 out of her 28 years at Richland Northeast High School. She is science teacher extraordinaire, longtime track and cross-country coach, and passionate about health and fitness. For many years, she has led the blood drive at Northeast and is the first to roll up her sleeve. She was in the first round of National Board Certified Teachers. She was named a Presidential Award winner for excellence in science and math teaching and named South Carolina Outstanding Biology Teacher of the Year.
I like my eyes.
Windsor Elementary students who are learning English have Jennifer Boone to thank for helping them. The ESOL teacher is also very active on several teams and committees. Jennifer shares the story of a very challenging student who wrote his first complete sentence ever. It read, "I do not like my teacher," and he wrote it on the wall. But Jennifer didn't care. When her student saw that she stayed positive and encouraged him to keep writing, he did a total turnaround in the classroom. Honor roll teacher Susan Comiskey always knew she wanted to be a teacher. She started with Barbie dolls and stuffed animals as a young girl, which has led to success in the classroom at Lake Carolina Elementary. One parent attributes the success of this 5th grade teacher to her organization, calm demeanor, humor in stories, and love of teaching. Her students continually exceed their academic and district goals. She serves as an instructional coach to her colleagues because her desire is not just the success of her own students, but the success of every child at Lake Carolina. Nicole Timmerman has spent all 17 years in education in Richland 2, first at Keels and now at Round Top Elementary. She is National Board Certified, highly requested by parents, and a master of her craft. A former student who now attends Yale University arrived in the United States just before his 6th birthday and spoke no English. He credits her with his success because she stayed after school every day to help him catch up. He knows he would not be where he is today without her love and dedication, and made sure he thanked her before his high school graduation. And now the rest of the best of our All-Star Teachers of the Year.
Do we talk while we're eating? No, we have to.
This is the 4th time Sharon Joyner Anderson has been named a Teacher of the Year. The Rice Creek Kindergarten and 1st grade teacher was also recently named the recipient of the National Council of Negro Women Living Legacy Award. She says all of these awards will never compare to the wonderful memories of former students, whether they are now 30 years plus or just in 2nd grade. The numbers in Shanae Buford's math class add up to success. The Longleaf Middle School teacher sets high expectations for her students and encourages them to meet them. She comes before school and stays after school to aid struggling students. Becoming a teacher was a lifelong dream for Shanae. Some years have been harder than others, but we're so glad she's inspiring and igniting a passion of learning for students in Richland 2. Allison Bird's path to teaching is unique, but her rich experiences bring the world to her classroom. She was hired at Blythewood High School in a phone interview in 2006, but took a 2-year break to help her husband start a business. During that time, she learned to knit, use a potter's wheel, and became a licensed South Carolina state beekeeper. She has been a food writer for the Savannah News Press and has traveled the world as a military wife. In that role, she has been recognized in Congress, and her achievements are recorded in the Congressional Record. In her class, students craved the distinction of being one of Bird's brains. The last thing Caroline Clarkson wanted to do was follow in her mother's teaching footsteps. Fast forward 20 years, and Caroline has not only followed her love of working with children, but she has done it so well. Since 1997, Caroline has been part of the Richland 2 family, teaching alert at many schools in the district, but since 2006 has found her home at Sandlapper Elementary. In her spare time, she is a Providence Hospital Red Dress ambassador and has helped schools devastated by Hurricane Katrina. Sharon Corley always wanted to be a teacher, especially after realizing the impact a teacher could have on a child's life. She also loved singing, dancing, and acting, and knew she'd love to be in front of people. At Bethel Hamberry Elementary, Sharon serves as a member of the school's design team, is a leader of the Positive Behavior Interventions and Support Leadership team, where she is able to help shape the lives of all students. She recently organized and served as the head coach for a chapter of Girls on the Run of Columbia. The program helps girls to develop self-confidence, team building, and cooperation while training to run a 5K. Kenneth Creech served in the Army and opened Columbia's only TGI Fridays before he even thought about becoming a teacher, but thankfully he did. The outstanding math teacher at Dent Middle School is an engaging educator who is loved by his students. Students know when they enter his classroom they must be prepared to learn. He also coaches football and basketball for the Dent Diamonds and is a co-founding member of Put Back, a nonprofit organization that provides elderly and young children with special services. 4 factors influenced Angela Davis to become a teacher: an 8th grade English teacher, her mother's unrealized education desires, her commitment to help young people, and the negativity towards the teaching profession. She says her students at Summit Parkway Middle School will tell you she is one of the strictest teachers they've ever had, but they will also say she will do everything in her power to help them do their best work. Chris Deemer's professionalism, her joy of learning, and her championship of children have led to her being named Teacher of the Year twice in her 25-year career in education. Her natural and charismatic leadership extends to everyone around her in her resource classroom at Catawba Trail Elementary and throughout the school. She was a 3-sport athlete in high school, being named to both the New Jersey All-State field hockey and softball teams, and she came to USC on a 4-year scholarship to play softball. This is the second time in her teaching career that Doretha Garland has been named Teacher of the Year. The Langford elementary educator wanted to choose a career where she was eager to go to work every day. She found this in teaching. She has built community in her classroom by beginning each day with a morning meeting to create a classroom climate where each person has a voice. Her greatest accomplishment in her career was pursuing National Board certification. She also serves as an assistant basketball coach for the Lady Vikings. Nationally recognized for his presentations on technology integration in the classroom, life hasn't always been a success story for Spring Valley's Teacher of the Year, Link Graham. He lived the homeless life for a year before the Salvation Army helped him, but he has turned his hard times into lessons in the classroom, how one can achieve with motivation. It took one positive statement from one professor to turn him to teaching, and he hasn't looked back. His greatest achievement, merging new and cutting-edge technologies and techniques into the history classroom, which has had a dramatic effect on end-of-course test scores. Whitney Jones grew up in Richland 2 schools and is now a standout teacher at Nelson Elementary. As a student who struggled with appropriate behavior, she was lucky to have had teachers who took the time to get to know her and point her in the right direction. The experiences from her past have helped to shape the educator she is today. When you walk into her 3rd grade class, you are immediately caught up in the excitement of teaching and learning, and she enjoys working with challenging students, differentiating her instruction to meet each of their needs.
Excellent.
Shalanya Knott's Holiday, affectionately known as Miss K-Day, is an inspiration to the Killian family. She meets the students where they are and pushes the boundaries to stretch their minds to new heights. She has set an unprecedented example in great teaching and learning. She truly knows her who. While her dreams of being a sports reporter covering the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, and even the Carolina-Clemson game were sidelined, Helping children succeed has been far more rewarding. Tammy Lundy is out of this world, literally. The Forest Lake math and science teacher has been a leader in her school, becoming a NASA Explorer School. She has participated in reduced gravity opportunities, and her class was featured in New York during NBC's Education Nation. She sponsors an after-girls science club, and the lifelong learner says her teaching philosophy is that she teaches as if every child were her very own. Pontiac Elementary is proud of its Teacher of the Year, Joan Morgan. As a little girl, Joan was surrounded by influential women, her mother, sister, and grandmother, who modeled their unselfish and nurturing nature. Her quiet but very reflective style has made her that go-to person among the Pontiac faculty, staff, and students. With her teaching focus on math and science, she serves on the advanced math team that collaborates about how to stretch individual students to their maximum achievement. Achieving National Board certification and earning a master's degree are proud moments in her life. Rena Nord is a survivor and a success story. The Bookman Road special education teacher has had a rough road to get where she is, including homelessness, foster homes, a new school a year, and feelings of no self-worth. But it formed who she is, and she is doing amazing work with her special education students. Someone once asked her what made the difference between giving up and going on. Her reply is those who had someone believe in them went on. So she believes in each of her students, realizing that children don't choose their parents or the conditions that affect their lives. She teaches them to like themselves and encourages them to be responsible, productive citizens. Ridgeview High School art teacher Chris Nostrand is back for his second year as Teacher of the Year. A transplant from the North, we're glad he's made his home in Columbia. His goal for every student is to have the opportunity to learn how to create awesome artwork and have it displayed for the community. He has also pumped new life into the National Art Honor Society. Katie Patterson says there are two basic things to know about her. She works hard and laughs a lot. She believes these are essential to her teaching and learning. She works hard for her 8th grade English and language arts students to meet their individual needs, to make lessons relevant, and to engage them in learning. And she expects them to work hard in return. In fact, one of her students wrote that Miss Patterson talks to her class like they're smart and never puts anyone down, and that she makes even the most boring topics fun. Katie's innovative style and deep commitment to her profession are noted by colleagues, parents, and students. Pam Powell, 4th grade STEMS teacher at North Springs Elementary, is the youngest of 7 children. Her grandmother wasn't allowed to attend school. She had to work in the fields and then as a maid. So she always stressed the importance of education. However, unmotivated to attend college, Pam joined the U.S. Air Force but found she still had to study and pass proficiency tests. So then she became determined to earn a degree. Married and with 2 children, she did homework alongside her children until she earned a bachelor's and then master's degree. At North Springs, she sponsors a club that links male students with excellent community role models to promote self-pride, positive personal growth, and effective communication skills. Polo Road Elementary's Marie Sims, in her 20th year of teaching, has a heart for those students who do not fit the typical student mold. Year after year, she can be counted on to transform reluctant, disengaged learners into students who love school and love to learn. Her nurturing yet firm approach is indeed a gift that has made a huge difference in many students' lives. She serves on the school's leadership team as team leader for 3rd grade and is well respected by parents, colleagues, and most importantly, students. Michelle Small, Muller Road Middle's first Teacher of the Year, knew she wanted to help special needs students succeed when she was in Girl Scouts and befriended a special needs child. While others were uncomfortable around her, Michelle felt a strong passion to help. Fast forward to her career at Muller Road, where she was proud to organize the Be a Fan after-school club. The club consists of non-disabled students meeting weekly to discuss and learn about the disabled population and includes eating meals with them and cheering them on at the Special Olympics.
We're gonna go, 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 we're gonna go, 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 and stop.
Linda Stuffy's music classes at Condor Elementary come alive with her engaging classroom experiences. The 1986 Richland Northeast graduate spends lots of time outside the school day preparing students, parents, and staff for school productions. She provides professional development for the staff, presenting workshops on using drama in the classroom. Linda is ORF certified. What's that? Stop by her classroom to see young children improvise and create their own music. Linda worked hard to write and win a grant that allowed the school to purchase a classroom set of Orff instruments. As a direct result, her students have been able to develop skills that include listening, fine and gross motor dexterity, focus, and teamwork. The huggable, lovable Jennifer Taffel is Keels Elementary's Teacher of the Year. We caught up with her as she was touring the Keels neighborhood to greet students before the school year began. The standout kindergarten teacher believes every day is another opportunity to make a change in the life of her 5-year-old students. She is a member of the district's Working on the Work design team to ensure meaningful work and student engagement. Jennifer was a Division I college soccer player and continues to help college athletes succeed. Se habla español? In Yadira Trapp's classroom at Blythewood Middle School, she's not sure that students will remember all the Spanish she taught them, but more importantly, she doesn't want them to forget how she made them feel in class. She cares about their story and not just their scores. She tells her students to follow their dreams. Years ago, one quiet student asked her if girls can fly planes, to which she answered, yes, why not? Well, 10 years later, that student is a police deputy who flew Blackhawks and worked for the National Guard. Those are the kind of accomplishments that mean the most to Yadira Trapp. Our teacher, Courtney Walker, is Teacher of the Year at E.L. Wright Middle School. The leader of the Fine Arts Department is in her 10th year of teaching. Her students have won the Lions Club Peace Poster Contest, art awards at the State Fair, participate in TRIDAC and visual arts magnet programs, and some of her students' artwork hangs in the district office. Courtney did her student teaching at E.L. Wright under Vic Kane, who happened to retire when she was ready for her first teaching position. Her passion about art is known and felt by all of her students. Congratulations, Richland 2 Teachers of the Year.